まり出した白い闇切り裂く翼になれ
Alright everyone, get ready for some easy kana in terms of pronunciation, because these guys have no ducten, so their sounds are never going to change. In exchange, however, the set we're about to deal with is on the harder side of the kana in terms of drawing. So, let's get down to it with a perfect example. This is the Hiragana Na. It looks like it's all over the place, because it kind of is. Well, let's get to it. First, you're going to make that cross, just like in ta. However, we're not going to put ko under the cross this time. First, make that little dash off to the side, kind of on the same line as the beam of the cross up there, and then you're going to make that fun little loop just under it. So it's basically like 3 separate parts, which is pretty bizarre for a kana, and na is unique with this. Okay. Now for something pretty easy. This is the Katakana Na. It's just a big straight line with that loop going through it. It's just a nice big cross. That's all there is to the Katakana Na. Okay. Now there's the Hiragana Ni. You're going to start with a curved rather, not really slanted, line over to the left, as in beginning ke. And then you're going to make another little ko, right to the right of it. Excellent, that's all there is to ni. The katakana ni is even easier. It's just one big line and another big line on the bottom. That's it. That's absolutely it. Okay, and now for some fun loops. This is the Hiragana Nu. You start by making a little curve where you are going to want the left of center of your kana to be, and then you're going to make this relatively ridiculous stroke. You start by making almost a V at the point that you just made, then you're going to curve around on the left side of your V, cross through it, go on the other side, make a really big loop like that, and make that little curl. If you don't make that curl, you're going to find out eventually it's another kana. Yep. So, I would practice that one a lot. Just get comfortable with the strokes until you get it looking like this. Okay. The Katakana Nu is considerably easier. You start with that stroke that I don't know how to explain, and then you make a nice long dash going straight through the thing. Okay, and that's all there is to the Katakana Nu. Then, here's the Hiragana Na, another killer in terms of strokes. The first stroke is extremely easy. You just make that downward line. Watch very carefully how this next stroke is done. You have to make kind of a little cross through there, pass through the cross going down, then retrace your step just a little bit, but make this huge loop on the right side, and then curl it off like that. Again, this is pretty nuts when it comes to kana. So practice that quite a bit until you get it looking like that, because there are a couple different versions of this, and if you don't make it looking just like that, it's going to appear like others. Okay, here is the katakana version, which amongst katakana is probably one of your hardest. You're going to make a little dash, then you're going to make a tiny version of that stroke I don't know how to explain, and in the middle of that stroke you're going to make a line down, and to the right of it, you're going to make a little dash going to the right. And that is the Katakana Na. Kind of funky looking, and at the same time kind of cool. Here's a hiragana you are going to see absolutely constantly. This is the Hiragana No, and it's one stroke, curling in on itself, just like that. It's not that hard. You're going to see the Hiragana No a lot because the Hiragana No shows possession. I am going to teach you this little bit of grammar because it's absolutely essential. If something goes before no and something comes after no, 99.9% of the time, it means that whatever is in front of the no possesses whatever comes after the no. Just like the word of. That's all it is. It shows possession, and that's how the Japanese show possession. You're going to see it a lot once we start getting into kanji doubles and triples and quadruples, so it's best you know what it means now, or at least get a sense of what it means. In Japanese, essentially, it's the word of. And here is the katakana version. Very simple, drawing from the upper right to the lower left. Though in this one it doesn't really matter, that is the way you're supposed to write it. And so that is nani nune no. No tricks of the trade, no nothing, no changes in pronunciation or anything. All that's tricky is actually making some of them. Practice these because you're going to see them quite a bit. They're pretty common, especially no. So that's all there is to nani nune no. That's basically it. So if you didn't like Doc 10, this is probably a pretty easy episode. Just wait for the next one, because then we have to introduce something else. Handakten. This is Angel of Crepusculence signing off.